All right, going to provide a quick update in terms of a few changes to the department sheets, just mostly for clarity, actually. So what you're going to find is when you open this up, we've moved some of the tabs around with the classes or programs are going to be very similar in terms of the two basic reports. The advocacy reports will be a little bit different, but this one we're going to use the professionalism report. So you've got the classes. Got a new tab down here that I'll talk about later, the volunteers tab, their dashboard, the pro standards, updates, annual numbers, and then lists. So the big thing is the clarity thing here. So before we were using the asterisk to indicate areas in which you needed to add data. Now we've added any cell with green is where you're going to add data. Also importantly, we've added the red cells. Any cell with red means that there's a formula, and so you don't want to click on it, do anything that would disrupt the formulas that create the automatic calculations. So in this case, you can drop down, add in, choose whichever you want. If you want to do January, this case there's no drop down, but you can enter in. So anything with green means that it's going to be something where you have to enter the data. And again, most of the data generation is going to be on this tab, and then your volunteers tab, where again, red up here is formulas, green here is entry. I'm going to go back to this. You'll notice the yellow cells. Yellow cells are automatically calculated. So there's also a formula included in those that you'll want to be aware of. And so some of those won't generate automatically until you enter in data. But in this case, when we enter those in, the numbers automatically generate. And as you can see, then those equate based on the formulas up here. The other thing that I've added for clarification is this new monthly class chart. This is going to actually calculate a couple of the charts for the dashboard. In order to do that, once you've entered your data, all you have to do is, as you can see here, right-click and select refresh for updated data. All you have to do is right-click here. This little guy is going to come up and refresh. In this case, we don't have any data entered, so it's not going to update. If I go back and I select the class type, let's go with CE paid here. And the class title, let's go with NAR member ethics here. Just click that so you can see it. Now we're going to go back. In this case, now I've entered data. I go back in, I click refresh, and see how it's automatically updated. Same here, go in, click this, click refresh, and it's automatically going to enter data, which will equate to a chart on our dashboard, which automatically generates. You shouldn't have to worry about any of that. So that's the basic update to this. So the main thing that you're going to want to look at is even in the annual numbers, you've got the information you have to input. Otherwise, all of this is formula. So you just want to be careful at any time when you highlight on a cell with red or yellow filler that you don't hit backspace or anything like that to take out those formulas. Everything else is pretty much as was in the previous longer version of this training. If you haven't watched that yet, refer back to that for the basic training on the overall input system. So that should get you through. Thanks.